Think about it. You only have one axe. What if it fell into a river? No food at home, your grandmother is sick, and you don't have a single penny to your name. In a situation like that, if someone pulled out a golden axe and asked, "Is this yours?" would you tell the truth or lie and change your life forever? This is the story of a poor woodcutter who once faced that exact choice. His decision was so remarkable that people still tell this story to their children today. Let's find out what happened that day in the village of Sundarpur on the banks of the Ganges. Long ago, near a wide, gently flowing river in a small town called Riverside, there lived a poor woodcutter named William. The town was surrounded on every side by green fields, tall oak forests, and quiet dirt roads that wound between wooden houses with tin roofs. In spring, wildflowers bloomed along the riverbank, and in autumn, the leaves turned gold and rust, drifting down onto the water. The people of Riverside were simple, hard-working folk, farmers, blacksmiths, bakers, and woodcutters, who rose before dawn and worked until the sun went down. Nobody in the town was rich, but everyone believed strongly in helping their neighbors, and honesty was something the older generation took great pride in teaching the young. It was in this quiet, close-knit town that William grew up, known to everyone simply as the woodcutter's boy. William's parents had passed away when he was just a child. He was raised by his elderly grandmother. There wasn't much food at home, nor fine clothes to wear, but his grandmother had taught him one important thing. Son, no matter what happens, never lie and never covet what isn't yours. Honesty is the greatest wealth a person can have. William held on to these words deeply. Every morning he woke early, picked up his old iron axe, and headed into the forest. He'd spend the whole day cutting wood, bundle it up, and sell it in town by evening. With whatever money he earned, he bought groceries and medicine for his grandmother. One day, it was raining heavily. Dark clouds covered the sky, but there was no food left at William's house. His grandmother had also been sick for several days. Out of necessity, William had to go into the forest that day too. As soon as he reached the river, the rain began. William thought, "Let me just cut wood from this tree near the river. It'll be quick and I can head home." He reached the riverbank and began chopping at a dry tree with his axe. While working, his hand suddenly slipped and the axe flew straight into the fast-flowing river. Everything went dark before William's eyes. That axe was his only means of livelihood. Without it, he couldn't cut wood, couldn't earn money, and couldn't buy medicine for his grandmother. He sat by the riverbank, holding his head, and began to cry. "Oh God, what will I do now? I don't even have money to buy a new axe. Grandma's sick, there's no food at home. What's going to happen?" William's cries and his sorrow made the river's water suddenly begin to glow. A light rose from the water, and from that light appeared a radiant spirit. His face held a calm, compassionate smile. "Why are you crying, my son?" the spirit asked gently. William was frightened at first and said nothing, but seeing the spirit's calm demeanor, he told him his whole story. How his axe had fallen into the river, how poor he was, how his old grandmother was sick, and there was nothing to eat at home. The spirit said, "Don't worry, I will help you." Saying this, he went into the river and after a while emerged holding a shining golden axe. He asked, "Is this your axe?" William looked at the axe closely. It gleamed like gold, truly beautiful, and probably worth more than his entire life's earnings. But William immediately shook his head. "No, sir, this isn't my axe. Mine was made of iron, very plain." The spirit smiled and went back into the river. A little while later, he brought out a shining silver axe. "Well, perhaps this one is yours." William answered without hesitation again, "No, sir, this isn't mine either. My axe was very ordinary, much simpler than this." The spirit dove into the river a third time, and this time brought out the very same old, rusty iron axe, exactly like William's. "And this one?" he asked. William's eyes lit up. He jumped with joy. "Yes, sir, this is my axe. This is exactly it." The spirit looked at William closely for a moment. Then he smiled and said, "Son, I was testing you. These days, people lie even for small things and claim things that don't belong to them. But you didn't claim the gold or silver axe as your own, even though you're very poor and desperately need a good axe. This is your honesty, something rarely seen these days." William joined his hands and said, "Sir, my grandmother taught me that I have no right to something that isn't mine. No matter how poor I become, I cannot take something that belongs to someone else. That would be wrong." The spirit was very pleased to hear this. He said, "This very way of thinking sets you apart from others. Today, as a reward, I will give you all 3 axes, the gold one, the silver one, and your own iron axe. Now you can sell these axes and improve your life and your grandmother's." Tears welled up in William's eyes. He thanked the spirit and headed home carrying all 3 axes. Along the way, he kept thinking about how his honesty had changed his life today. When William reached home and told his grandmother everything, tears of joy filled her eyes too. She hugged William and said, "Son, what I taught you today has transformed your life. Remember, honesty is never wasted, whether its reward comes immediately or later." William sold the gold and silver axes and earned a good amount of money. With this money, he got his grandmother treated, fixed up the house, and even bought some land where he began farming. He was no longer just a woodcutter, he became a respected farmer in town. News of this whole event spread throughout the town. There was a man named Jack who lived in town, known for his greedy nature. When he heard about William's stroke of fortune, he thought, "If I also drop my axe in the river, I'll get gold and silver axes too." The next day, Jack deliberately went to the riverbank and threw his axe into the water. Then he began loudly pretending to cry. The same spirit appeared from the river and asked, "Why are you crying?" Jack said, weeping, "Sir, my axe fell in the river, and without it I can't do anything." The spirit immediately sensed his lie, but still went into the river and brought out a golden axe. "Is this yours?" he asked. Jack's eyes lit up with greed. Overcome by it, he immediately said, "Yes, sir, this is my axe." The spirit's face turned stern. He said, "You lied. This axe isn't yours, and your axe never actually fell into the river in the first place. You staged this whole thing out of greed." Saying this, the spirit took the golden axe back into the river and didn't even return Jack's real axe. Jack went home empty-handed and ashamed. Word of his greed and lies spread throughout the town, and people began to mock him. Moral: we should always choose honesty, truthfulness, and good intentions in our lives. The path of honesty might sometimes be difficult and require patience, but in the end, it brings respect, peace, and success. In contrast, greed and lies might give a person temporary benefits, but those benefits do not last long, and eventually a person may lose their dignity and the trust of others. Therefore, we should never abandon the truth, even in difficult situations, because honesty is a person's greatest wealth, and truth always prevails in the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing moral stories and